Welcome to part 3 of our Lorelai blanket, the blanket that's inspired by the blue blanket from the Gilmore Girls on the back of their sofa in season 5. So today we're going to be looking at round 1 of the lacy, the Lorelai edging. Yeah, so we've just in the last video we've done 2 rounds of US single, UK doubles, and we're going to start the 3rd round of the edging. Yeah, so I'm going to join, I'm just going to show you the smallest repeat so that if you want to get a pen and pencil and take note of where the stitches go, we're going to be working on top of where the chain spaces were from round 6 of the granny squares, and on top of the join and then in the corners. Yeah, so I'm just going to make a slip knot, and then I'm going to attach that 6 stitches away from the corner, six stitches before the corner. You can see I've already done a practice with this sample, so I'm just going to go in there, and again you can see that's above the chain space from round 6. So I'm going to go in there and slip stitch, just pull that tight, and we're going to do a US single, UK double. So I'm going to chain 1 and then go back in there, pull the yarn through 2 loops, pull through both loops, and we're then going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you should have 5 stitches before the corner, and we're going to make a cluster with US doubles, UK trebles, and we're going to use 2 stitches together. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the corner, pull the yarn through. We're going to start the stitch, so we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, but we're not going to finish the stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go back into the corner, pull the yarn through. We should have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then 3 loops left on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. We're going to chain 2 and then repeat same thing. So we're going to do a 2-stitch cluster. So yarn over, insert back into the corner, pull the yarn through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both 2 loops. There's 2 loops left on your hook. We're going to start the next stitch. So yarn over, go back into the corner, pull the yarn through. Should have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, chain 2, and we're going to make the 3rd cluster that goes in the corner. So yarn over, go back into the corner and pull the yarn through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We'll start the next stitch, so yarn over, go back into the corner, pull the yarn through, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 5 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we should be back over a chain space. We're just going to do a US single, UK double in there. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and we'll be back over the next gap from the round 6 of the square. So we're going to do a cluster, chain 2, cluster. Yeah, and it's a 2-stitch cluster like before. So we're going to go into the stitch, yarn over, go into the stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to start the next stitch, so yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to finish that cluster. So yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, chain 2, And we're going to do the same thing in that same stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We're going to start the next stitch. So go yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops left, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. We're going to chain 2. We're going to skip 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go into that stitch and make a US single, UK double. Chain 2, 1, 2. And we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3. And go into the next stitch, doing the same thing we did just here. So 2 stitch cluster, chain 2, 2 stitch cluster. So yarn over, go into the stitch, pull the yarn through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Start the next stitch, yarn over, go into the same place, pull the yarn through, 4 loops on the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Hang on. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 2, 1, 2, and we same stitch again. So yarn over, go back into the same place, pull through. Hang on, I've just got to get some slack on my yarn. So we've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Start the next stitch, yarn over, go into the same place, pull the yarn through. 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to skip 3 and we're going to do a US single, UK double. So we're now coming up to where the squares join each other. So we're going to have a few more spaces to skip. We're going to have to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get into there. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to repeat the same thing. So we're going to go into that middle stitch, yeah? So skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're into the 5th stitch. Did I say 5 before? It's 5 stitches along, but we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the 5th stitch. So yarn over, into the 5th stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go back into the stitch, pull through, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and we repeat. We make another cluster, yarn over, go into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the stitch, pull through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 3. So to come out of that join, we're going to have to 1, 2, 3. We're going to go over to above the chain space from round 6. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th stitch. We're going to do a US single, UK double. And then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, skip 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do the cluster, chain 2, cluster. Yeah. So now that we're back along the edge of the square, we're going to be doing chain 2. And then the US single, UK double, skip 3. And then chain 2. Skip 3, and we do the cluster, chain 2, cluster. Just going to get some more yarn. and then chain 2, skip 3, and we do the US single, UK double, and I'm back to the next corner. You'll be at your edge, so you're going to repeat what we did here, yeah, until you get to the next corner, which will be cluster, chain 2, cluster, chain 2, cluster. We have chain 3 coming in and out of the corners and chain 3 coming in and out of the edge. The rest are all chain 2 spaces in between the clusters and in along the edge of the square. Yeah, so just keep going all the way around, and I'll meet you back here to show you how to join up. So 3 chains before the corner, then we do a 2 stitch cluster, US doubles, UK trebles. We chain 2, another US double, UK treble cluster. We chain 2, and then a 3rd cluster. Chain 3 coming out at the corner. Chain 2 along the edges. And we're up to our last, well, I'm up to my last cluster. You can come back here when you're at the end of your round. So chain, I just chain 1 and then use this slip stitch. I'm going to go into that first stitch we made, the US single, UK double, and I'm going to go in there. Okay, and that's the end of round 1. Now don't worry that it sort of waves in and out at the joins, but if you notice on the show it also does that, so I didn't really worry about correcting that too much. So yeah, we've got chain 2 between each cluster, chain 2s along the edge, and then chain 3 going into the joins, and chain 3 coming in and out of the corners. And I'll see you for the second round of this lacy edging and the 4th round of the edging together.